Quercus muehlenbergii is the chinkapin oak. This is in the white oak group. A large, rounded, broad canopy. This is another very sturdy oak, somewhat slow growing, and it's not produced a lot in the landscape industry for purposes we'll talk about in a moment, but it's you can find it in the native landscape, and you do see it available in some native plant nurseries. The leaves, like the other oaks, alternate and simple, sort of a narrow oval, egg-shaped, with this widest part down here towards the apex of the leaf, with the petiole down here. You might think this looks a little bit like the sawtooth oak because it does have some very distinct teeth along the margin, but there are some very critical differences. This is in the white oak group, so there are no hairs or bristles at the end of these teeth like there are on the sawtooth oak. Also, the underside has kind of a silvery white coloring on the underside of the leaf. The fall color on the chinkapin oak is sort of a yellow-orange to a crimson. It eventually goes to a brown, and when the leaves fall off after they've turned brown, you can still see sort of a silvery coloring on the underside of the leaf. It will hold up even through all that fall color and then dropping off. The flowers, as we've seen on the other oaks, very, very similar. Drooping male catkins, and then the female flowers on the stems. Just an oval-shaped acorn, with a smooth cap. Like the other oaks, you have clusters of buds at the end of the stem. This is an extremely tough, durable, stout oak. It stands up under wind, heat, ice, just very strong branching structure and very strong wood. The acorn is supposedly highly prized by wildlife, so as soon as they're ripe, they're hard to collect because the squirrels and other wildlife just come and get them. The bark is sort of your typical white oak bark, the characteristic of being sort of flat and scaly, more of a lighter color gray than the dark gray of the red oaks.